The abolition movement was popular in the 1830s to the 1870s. During this time period, abolitionists against slavery wanted it to be illegal. Abolitionists in England helped to jumpstart the movement by selling newspapers against slavery and supporting runaways. The purpose of this reform was to abolish slavery in the South. The movement had goals to free all the slaves and end racial discrimination. Some groups wanted gradual change, but many wanted these changes immediately.
Symbol for unrewarded struggle. Time for
William Lloyd Garrison believed that all people should be able to enjoy freedom. He was an editor of the abolitionist newspaper called The Liberator, and he was one of the founders of the American Anti-Slavery Society, which promoted rights for enslaved people. Frederick Douglass was an African-American social reformer, speaker, and writer. He had escaped from slavery and was a leader of the abolitionist movement. He spoke often at American Anti-Slavery Society meetings. Harriet Tubman was also a significant leader of the abolitionist movement. She was an African-American woman born into slavery. She too had escaped slavery and helped other slaves escape slavery through the Underground Railroad.
why do we work like slaves, sweating blades to an early grave? Never got paid, but still we slaved in the non-trade. Answer that, then answer this too. Love's gonna get you, you know it.
This reform was successful. In 1865, it became the 13th Amendment to the Constitution, freeing all slaves. However, laws could still be created to deny rights to blacks. This movement shaped American society in several ways. Then, it abolished slave trade, making it illegal to carry slaves on British ships. By 1804, all northern states had emancipation laws to ensure the freedom of future children of slaves. In 1850, the Fugitive Slave Act required all northern states to return runaway slaves to the South. Now there is no slavery in the United States, and equality is valued.
Plotting on what they owe me, I'm working without a profit. They shackling all my homies, I'm hurting for keeping mom and it's working.
Initially, some Northerners reacted negatively to this reform. Merchants believed it would cause more tension between the North and South, jeopardizing trade. Workers feared competition from free African Americans that would work for lower pay. Some simply believed that the blacks were inferior and they should not be living in a mixed society. Southerners mostly hated this movement because it would hurt their economy. Instead of the free labor from slaves, they need to pay workers. This reform deserves to be the 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution because it gives equality to the slaves and represents freedom, which is a major priority of this country. If this reform were to be ignored, slavery would still exist, causing intense conflict between people who wanted freedom for the slaves and those who favored slavery.